Trapper Dave again out here in the fur shop, October the 21st. Had a night off from work. Going to do a little bit of fleshing. Got a Safari built in the old wood stove here, getting it warmed up in here a little bit. Got some stuff laid out, probably work on tomorrow, but the project tonight is, may not get all three of these done, but we're going to probably get maybe at least one of the coons and maybe one of the coyote done. But this one here, it's about thawed out, like just a little bit up around the neck area. But anyway, this coon right here, it's ready to go. Something that I like to do before I start my fleshing is check for, dirt. We have a lot of cockleburrs up here in Middle Tennessee, and this big frost and stuff like that, they're starting to get ripe. So for the next several days, we get a hard rain, beat some of them off, and they're probably going to be, everything's going to happen. But actually, this right here is stuff that I'm working on for back since trapping season last year. But as you can see, this raccoon right here, it's got a lot of mud on it. Well, if you don't get this off while you are fleshing, you're going to cut a lot of holes, because it's when you get to that on your fleshing beam, that's what's going to happen. You're going to have a bunch of spots where you can see the dust coming off of that. So that's a lot better. I mean, you probably can't get it all, but see this right here, that right there is just mud. But you can hit that with a brush. See all that coming off? It makes a lot of difference when you start your fleshing. So, just a few tips coming from you in the fur shop. If I'm doing something with long hair, I like to run just a no brush. I have got these things, and they'll have hundreds of burrs in them. So, but it just you see all that dirt coming off there. So now, I mean, they may still be a little bit down in there, but your big old chunks and stuff, see that? That's getting that now to where, that's pretty good shape. You want to get the belly too a little bit. That way, I like to feel around, and because these things live outside and they are dirty, so that's why that they get washed real well and all that. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here and get to doing a little bit of fleshing. I'll probably make another little video here in a minute, another segment of it about showing a little bit about that. But anyway, catch y'all in a little bit. Trapper Dave again this morning. This is October the 22nd. Still, the nights are pretty cool, but warming up pretty good today. What we're going to do here, this is a pretty, well, it was a pretty good size pond, but since it's been dry, well, it's went down probably 8 or 10 feet. So what we're going to do is we're going to put out a few coon sets around this. As you can see, the water level's terribly low, but right up in there about 25 yards on a tree, I've had a game camera up for a couple of weeks, getting a lot of coon activity. I mean, 8, 10, 12 pictures a night is just nothing but coon. So what we're going to do is we're going to put out a few of these DP raccoon cuffs. That stands for dog proof, in case anybody don't know what that is. We usually have pretty good luck out of those. Every now and again one to pull out, but most of the time we don't have any problem with that. They're there when we get there. But anyway, right here I put one right there, just anchored it off to that willow tree. So I'm gonna get them all put out, then I'm gonna come back, put some bait in them. I got marshmallows in there now, but I'll put some more stuff in there when I get everything set, because it's in the bottom of my backpack here, so I need to get everything out before I do that. Got another one right here, but we're gonna ease on around the pond and get on down here probably about 50-60 yards, and I'm gonna put out three more. I think I brought 5. I went to another location this morning and made a beaver set at a culvert, and left my phone in the vehicle, so I didn't get a chance to video there. But anyway, I'm gonna do this right here, and looks like we've got coyotes too. It's still a little bit early for coyotes yet, so when it gets a little bit cooler, we're probably going to hit these in here pretty hard also. I think there's about 250 acres on this farm, and we've got permission to trap it, so we're going to hit it pretty hard this winter. But catch y'all in a few minutes. Okay, here are a few more sets we made. This is right down below the first 2 DPs I showed you. This little creek right here. That opening right there is that pond that's real low right on down through here. There's still a little bit of water in the creek, but not a whole lot. But right up here, about middle ways, I'm gonna walk back up through here and show you. But there's 3 or 4 trails that's coming out of these woods into that pond. So it's a real good location for raccoons to be traveling. But what we've done right here, we put another one of these out, and there's nothing better than cat food. That's what I always use. It don't matter, cheap, just as good as the expensive stuff. But also another thing I like to use is this right here, salmon oil. Works real well. I got this from the snare shop. You can get 3 or 4 different kinds. You can get the fish oil, salmon oil, and I think there's another one or 2, but I put this just around my, even if I'm doing a little bit of flat sets in the creek bank for raccoons, I put this, a little bit of this out around that. But you don't never want to put this exactly on your bait, because I have done that before and they just won't eat it. I've been told that it gives it a real bitter taste and they will not mess with it. So I just put a little bit around it. So we're gonna go back up here and I'll show you a little bit more about how I do it when I get up here to these other 2 sets. Okay, we're gonna put just a little bit in here. It's hard to get it all in there, but get the bag fixed here. A little fun on me. See, just that right there, I spilled some on the ground, but that ain't no big deal. So then I like to take my stuff right here, just right here, and just a small bit around it. I mean, that's all you need to do. A lot of oaks in here, a lot of acorns, so this should be a good spot. Let's see how to do here. That's all they are to it. Works great. We're gonna get back up here and put some cat food in a couple more, and then we're gonna head on over to a pond where some beavers are at. We're gonna do a little bit of a few, set out a couple of beaver traps. So anyway, catch y'all in a few. Trapper Dave again. We're about to wrap up this morning. It's up about 11:30, getting pretty hot. So we're we're gonna finish up here and get on out of here for the day and get back and work in the shop on some things we had started yesterday, and get out early in the morning before it warms up and get everything checked, and may pull some, may not, just depends on how good we do tonight. But anyway, actually this right here is probably about a half acre pond, and this is actually beaver made. There's a bigger pond just right down in behind this thicket right here, but right here is some of the crossovers they're using. They've been using this just a little bit, not too bad, but if you get right on over here, right here is a pretty good little deal going right down through under there. As you can see, the other pond down there, they use this quite a bit. I caught a beaver and otter here last year, but this looks more like a beaver sign than anything. So what I've done is I've got a you can see that pan right there on that trap, that bright right in there, that bright circle. That's the pan on a 750 MB. It will hold a beaver, otter, either one, but like I said, we're not trying for otter, we're hoping for a beaver. So it's one thing about it, if I do catch something in a foothold that I'm not supposed to, I can always turn it loose, and we're good to go from there. But anyway, this is a pretty good little crossover right here. There's actually another one right over there by that forked tree right there, but I didn't bring enough stuff to put a foothold out there. But anyway, we're gonna get on out of here and come back early in the morning and check everything, see what else is going on. Right up in there, that big old let's see, get where we can see that big old bushy tree right there. There's a huge lodge right there, so I know they're still here. Looks like I can see some chew off in the distance. It's growed up so bad and thick I can't never make it around there, but we're going to hit this crossover right here tonight. I think we've got out a total of three footholds for beaver, and I think 7 raccoon DP traps. So maybe we'll have something in the morning. Until then, we'll catch you on the line.